This video is not intended for anyone 13 or younger. Okay, so 3, 2, 1, go. And hello viewers, and welcome back to another My Hero Academia reaction reading. And this is your humble host, Josh24214, and once again, we're going to be reading another My Hero Academia chapter. And today we're tackling chapter 265. So in our previous chapter, we got more into the argument between Hawks and Twice, with Hawks having Twice dead to rights and just about to kill him while the whole fight with Charge Bolt and the cigarette smoking man had to be cancelled. So yeah, so that pretty much what happened last week. So let's see, and also Twice has unleashed his Sad Man Parade. So yeah, that's going to be hard for Hawks to keep that contained. So let's dive into the chapter 265. Let's begin. Before we get started, make sure you hit that subscribe button. It only takes 2 simple clicks. Click, click. Enjoy the episode. So we start off with no cover for this week, and we continue with chapter 265 as we start with going to Fat Gum and Sun Eater. Uh, we start the chapter with Sun Eater and Fat Gum, with Fat Gum starting saying, "You're with us," and Sun Eater saying, "Koichi." Koichi means move over. And we see it's Tokoyami just going somewhere saying Roger. And I don't know who's speaking, but I think it's pretty much Fat Gum, maybe, saying there's a whole bunch of baddies gathered in the giant sanctuary underneath this place. And Sun Eater continues saying, several passages lead outside, but our allies block them off in advance. And Fat Gum continues saying, the only ones left are the 5 in the mansion. So let's move on to page 2 as we start, and we get to read what the chapter title is. So chapter number 265, Villains and Heroes, My Hero Academia, by Kohei Horikoshi, translated by Caleb Cook, and lettering by John Hurt once again. As Tokoyami continues saying, while going into the underground areas, with Tokoyami saying that one was out of Cementos' range. I suppose we should block it. And Fat Gun continues saying, this kid catches on quick, as they go to the secret entrance underneath the mansion. As we see more of the random mooks continuing and saying, how did they know about this passageway? Defended to the death. And Fat Gum continues saying, you're up, Sun Eater. And Sun Eater continues saying, got it. And he goes for one of his attacks, Vast Hybrid Chimera Centaur. And strangely enough, it says right on the box he's turned himself into a centaur with with the body of a horse and using pineapples. Strangely. Okay, that's pretty weird. As Sun Eater continues saying, sorry, but I need you folks to stand down, and we get a little flavor text saying, sidekick at Fat Gum's agency starting next year, Sun Eater. So we all know where Sun Eater is going. So we'd be seeing him with Fat Gum for pretty much for the rest of the series. And Fat Gum goes by with Tokoyami, with Fat Gum saying, great delivery, let me hear it again. And Sun Eater is just embarrassed, saying, no, I can't. And Tokoyami continues saying, should I do it? And Fat Gum answers by saying, show us what you got, kid. As we move on to page 4, and oh my lord! And before we get into that, we have Tokoyami just continuing saying, your job is to plug up this crazy. Oh, that's Fat Gum. Never mind. Your job is to plug up this crazy long tunnel with your full power, as Tokoyami just unleashes Dark Shadow. And yeah, it's really massive. With Tokoyami saying, Dark Shadow, Ragnarok, as he destroys the entranceway. And meanwhile, at the bottom of the stairway, we get into some random mooks saying, ah, back up, back up. And then strangely enough, Reed Destro takes off his suit and shirt, strangely enough. But the random mooks just cheer Reed Destro on, saying, Reed Destro! As Reed Destro is pelvic thrusting his chest just like he just rips off his shirt and goes full symbiote Hulk. So yeah, we're gonna get to see one of the big baddies fight Tokuyami. So this is gonna get good. And on the next page, and oh my lord, this is gonna get good. With Dark Shadow versus Redestro, and Jesus Christ, the artworks look really good in this fight, and we see panels of Tokoyami and Redestro, and we get an angle with looking at Redestro's new mechanical legs, but sadly, snap. The mechanical legs break off and Redestro goes flying. And with Redestro just flung across the hallway. And lost to Dark Shadow. Kind of sad. I was gonna have. And wait, did Tokoyami just officially beat Redestro like a boss level of the Paranormal Liberation Front and the leader of the former the Quirk Liberation Army? I thought Midoriya was gonna fight him. It's something like that.
What? You can't just change that.
Well, I just did it.
So yeah, Tokoyami just beaten Redestro so goddamn easily because his mechanical legs couldn't support him. And I think one of the random mooks saying, huh? Our secret passage! And we see Dark Shadow returning to Tokoyami, maybe? Yeah, that's what it's implied on the next page. And Fat Gum continues saying, nice going. That was quick too. And the Dark Shadow just says, for Fumi Cage. Down there, a real nasty one. And with Tokoyami continues saying, yes, the one who nearly stood up to our Ragnarok, so he's marrying Redestro. And Dark Shadow continues saying, no, not that one, a real monster. As Dark Shadow is implying that in the secret passage with them, I think Dark Shadow is implying that Giga is down in the secret passage in the sanctuary. So yeah, he's gonna stay out of it. I think that's what is implied. And Tokoyami is confused at that, but enough of that. We get into Fat Gum saying, don't worry, they say. That he won't make a move. Not without a direct order from the big boss anyway. But the boss is sitting this one out. Anyway, it's back to the rear guard with us. Yeah, they were talking about Giga for a moment there. So yeah, he's pretty harmless unless Shigaraki commands him to go and kick his ass. And Fat Gum just simply absorbs Tokoyami into him, and he kinda looks cute in it. With Tokoyami continues saying, how did we acquire such detailed intel? And Fat Gum's inner thought saying, what am I, a taxi? And Fat Gum continues his talk and saying, it's all thanks to Hawks and his little investigation. And Tokoyami's saying, Hawks? And Fat Gum continues saying, I don't know much about it, but odds are he's somewhere here. It's like, I think that's supposed to be Fat Gum going crazy, saying. And we get into a flashback with Hawks and Tokoyami, and I think it's Hawks saying this, saying, not that I'm much for training the next generation or whatever. It's fine to cover your close combat weakness, but don't forget to improve your real talents. And moving on to the next page, we get, oh, that's a good double page panel there. We'll get to that in a minute. And Hawks continues his inner monologue saying, I must improve. Oh, this is Tokoyami saying this. I improved just as you said. I've become a stronger hero already. Hawks, if you really are here, I wish you could see me now. And we cut away back to Hawks' fight with Twice, as Twice's sad man parade still getting unleashed, and Hawks is basically cutting through them like hot knife through butter with his tiny feather daggers, while holding his feather swords. And I think this is Hawks saying this. The speed at which you are replicating is astounding. But next page. But each successful double is less durable than the last. Pierced by the same large converted feathers, some dissolve while others don't. And Twice is freaking out saying, too fast. I can't keep up. And he still keep trying to clone over and over and over, trying to get out of there. And Hawks continues saying, after coming this far, I could never allow mere sentiment to trip me up. There's still a way forward if you come quietly now. And he pulls out like a little recorder saying, continuing saying, because I like you. And I think this is, and next panel we see Twice clones all of his allies from the League of Villains, with Toga, Spinner, Mr. Compress, Dabi, Shigaraki, clones coming out, while Twice continues saying, these are my only friends in the world, and you ain't welcome to join the club. And before he could do that, they get cut through with the mini feather daggers by Hawks. And there's only like another clone coming of Twice coming out saying, with Twice continuing saying, it's useless, you scum, you total dirtbag. And moving on to the next page, we cut back to Hawks saying, why do you think I prioritize speed when talking down villains? And Hawks continues while Twice is trying to get ready for something with his measuring tape. And Hawks continues saying, because it's the one who don't give up, who heroes need to fear the most. And Hawks continues saying, experienced villains with wills of steel refuse to get knocked out. And Twice just simply says while crying, shouting, shut! And before he gets rudely interrupted, Hawks just simply Virgil's does a third Hawks does a Virgil rapid slash and cutting through Twice before Twice could say up, and yeah. And Hawks does some fancy maneuvers, taking down Twice on the floor, having a sword, one of his sword right to Twice's head, getting ready for the finishing kill. And Hawks just says, get it yet? With a thud, and move on to the next page. Hawks continues more. When neither side will give up, somebody has to die. And Twice continues saying, you people aren't heroes. Never are, never were, none of ya. You throw us to the wolves, all of us, downtrodden folk. You don't know or care, but little Toga, she wrapped me up in her hanky, all gentle-like. But, well, bet you didn't know this either. that this is the second time I managed to screw everyone over. And just before he's just probably about to slam the blade down to Twice. Twice finishes saying, Toga, she probably won't do me that kindness again, but that's okay. As Twice manages to make a head of a clone for himself, saying, I still gotta protect their happiness, and Hawks just answers the question saying, I'll be sure to tell the League that, as Hawks stabs the clone through with his feather sword. And will it get through to Twice? This might be his death. And on the next page, boosh! Huge gulfing flame bursting out of the wall. And we all know who that is. Who finally came in to the rescue Twice. And Twice the Savior comes in and says, There's no need. I heard him loud and clear. Oof. And it turns out it is Dobby who came into the room and just grabs Hawks and slams him to the ground and put his foot on top of Hawks with Dobby saying, "Didn't notice me there, did ya?" And for the last panel of the chapter, it's Dobby who sets off another fire blast, with Dobby saying, "Looks like sentiment tripped you up after all, hero," as he just ignites his foot, probably killing Hawks in the process. And that's the chapter, sadly. So yeah, and next chapter will hit March 29th. So yeah, I know this is a kind of a quick chapter, and yeah, we got some shenanigans with Tokoyami being able to defeat Reed Destro, and I know that he has a more Iron Man Hulkbuster form, and we didn't get to see that. And also implying with we know where Giga is, and he's in the secret sanctuary underground, and he won't get his orders until Shigaraki returns, so he won't be doing anything independent. I don't know if Twice is dead because of the way of the panel, but I think only Hawks was able to get through the clone, not Twice, so Twice is probably alive. But if the feather sword doesn't kill him, then Dobby's flame will probably burn Twice a little. And Dobby pretty much officially killed off Hawks, so I guess Tokoyami is going to freak out when he realizes what happens to Hawks getting burned by Dobby. So I guess that our little Icarus and yeah, that was kind of yeah, I couldn't help myself. So yeah, that was chapter 265, and I will see you in chapter 266, and things are going to get nuts. I'm pretty sure Hawks is dead, but this series has often defied expectations before, so I wouldn't be surprised that Hawks survived that for like one more chapter before he dies. So yeah, so until then, I hope to see you all next week, and I'll see you for My Hero Academia chapter 266. And when is the rest of Class A going to join in? Because this is only like the beginning, and 1A hasn't even joined in yet. Like most of the majority. Hopefully it'll get crazier soon, but so until then, have a good day everybody, and I'll see you on the next chapter for chapter 266. So this is Josh24214 signing off.